For as long as I can remember, I've been cooking with my grandma, Mimi. She had a powerful arsenal of recipes in her recipe book, but the czar bomba of her recipes was her chicken tetrazzini. This is a casserole of noodles, chicken, water chestnuts, and more. It is absolutely heavenly. The only problem with Mimi's recipes is that the ones she wrote down are not always the right ones. She adds a little bit of this, a dash of that to her masterpieces, making them increasingly difficult to replicate. For one of her dishes, she gave my mother, aunt, and uncle 3 versions of the same recipe, with slightly different measurements and ingredients. When the bewildered siblings called each other and then Mimi, she said, "Follow the basics and taste it. Add some seasonings as you go along." That is why it is so important to cook with her and get a feel for how she was modifying her dishes. Making recipes with Mimi, time and time again, has led me to the notion that recipes are not just a way to make food, but also to forge lifelong bonds with loved ones. Before she passed, making the tetrazzini with my grandma was more about making memories and spending time with her than actually crafting the tetrazzini, although it was a good consequence of these actions. The chicken tetrazzini recipe has also been passed down for several generations, making it all the better. It is by far my favorite meal. The flavors have been refined through time and blend together nicely with a perfect blend of sweet, savory, and salty tastes. Mimi's recipes have all been amazing, but the tetrazzini is by far the most flavorful, with an amazing concoction of tastes and aromas. My family has tried to replicate the recipe for chicken tetrazzini, but it has never been as good as my grandma's. It also helps to use the right ingredients. There was one time in particular when we used sherry vinegar instead of cooking sherry, and the dish turned out terribly. The texture and taste was much different than we were expecting, but my grandma still ate it. She said it was amazing, but I believe she knew it was off. She still complimented it, admiring the unique taste. This showed her love and care for her family, even when they mess up or do something wrong. She also wanted everyone to get what they wanted. My sister and I used to have sleepovers at her house, and each time she called my mom to ask what my sister wanted. She used to be picky, so Mimi would have to find the right ingredients either at her house or at the supermarket. Mimi was a very compassionate person and one of my role models, showing love for everyone through her cooking and caring. She used to show up at 6 in the morning to take care of me while my parents went to work, feeding me and entertaining me and teaching me so that I was not hungry or bored. My parents always trusted her with me and later my sister because she was such a caring person. Now that my grandma has passed, this recipe is one way to remember her and honor the family tradition. I'm starting to love to cook for people too, and I believe I got that from her. Mimi's recipes were her pride and joy, and I'm extremely grateful to have both the old memories and now the tools to make new ones. Thank you.